Hi everyone and welcome. In this pick a card reading, we're going to be taking a look at the eclipse. So this is like a post-eclipse reading where perhaps we can get a little bit of clarity of what the eclipse might have been, let's say, terminating, completing, or shedding light on in our lives. But for a lot of people, termination is the big keyword here. This is where the past is one way or another literally dying, or the universe, through some gesture, told you clearly that this or that person or this situation, the job, ex, the lover, whatever, is sadly not going to be part of your life anymore. Not necessarily because of any external reasons, because it would be the wisest choice for you to let go. So maybe by now you already are well aware of what the eclipse wanted to reflect in your life. So this reading is just a bit of clarity in order to give you a better understanding perhaps. So these are the cards. So one, two, three. I'm just going to allow a couple of seconds for you to choose your pile. And then we're going to begin with pile number one. So again, this is your life or your situation after the eclipse. So yeah, we have the Five of Wands. The Ten of Coins reversed. I'm sorry. This is the Two of Swords reversed. The Empress reversed. And the Queen of Coins also reversed. Well, until now the story is pretty clear that for you guys who have chosen the pile one, the eclipse, well, it still has a lot to do because this is very, very heavy. Now, this Five of Wands represents, how should I say, almost like an ancestral stress, like something in your family, a situation, a memory, something that happened, or maybe it's just you and your family, the way you are and the way your family, everyone in your family is. Either there is a big discrepancy between that, or there is something karmic that you inherited from your family, obviously, that played out all your life, and it kind of didn't let your soul have a moment of rest. It always stressed you. It was always there, either like a conflict, separation, being caught between two opposing sides, like if your parents are divorced between the two, or abandonment, or life being a big struggle because of this is a pattern that runs in the family. And this Ten of Coins, you were uprooted. So this is already one way or another over, and the Two of Swords reversed. This is where you can believe it. This is where you're looking back at the past and understanding why, who failed, and you're understanding right now that you're not to blame for so very many things that happen, regardless if this is a marriage, if this is, as I said, family, if this is even for some people, their careers or jobs that can run in the family or have something to do with the family. Maybe they're in a bad job and they're keeping it because obligations in the family. So this is where you're realizing that you needed to be uprooted because this has to end. You have to let this die. You have to let this be what it is because this battle, this is the only way it ends. This is 10 of coins reversed is like when you're disinheriting yourself, when you're denouncing everything that comes from energetically or spiritually speaking from family line. This is where you're saying, I'm sorry, but I cannot accept anything, neither blessing or responsibility to be, the co sufferer of your karma, so to speak, because I'm different, my life is different, everything about me is different, the universe has different plans for me, so I'm so sorry, but this is where I say goodbye, but on a soul level, and the universe will do the rest. This is where the fight, the stress, the discomfort, everything that has been plaguing your soul ends in energy and spirit. So the Empress and the Queen of Coins reversed. The bad feelings, everything that has been weighing you down is slowly dying. Each and every day, even when it struggles, the pain or disappointment, disillusion, whatever that has been done to you and it was unfair, unjust, well, that's dying away. It struggles to keep itself alive, but it cannot get into your life anymore because something already happened. This 10 of coins reversed is a physical event. You moved away. Something happened. Something physically changed the situation. And even if it's a loss, it's a blessing kind of loss. So the past, the heartache, the Dark Empress is dying away. The Queen of Coins, the plant, the bindweed, cannot grow anymore. It's dying away. So let's get a bit more details to better understand your situation. Nine of Cups. This was all not just the eclipse. This is for you, Jupiter in the sign of Pisces, all of the transit. This is where it cleansed your life, dissolved all karma. It freed you. It just got family, people, relatives, friends, needless to say, professionally, in every way, shape, and form, certain people out of your life, and other people, it highlighted their gold. It told you, look, these people are gold in your life, keep them forever, cherish them, value them. But of course, maybe we're just talking about one person or maximally two. The rest, it highlighted that if you want a new life, if you want to leave this behind, the old struggle, the past, the ancestral including, because this goes down to generations, drama, fight, conflict was always part of your bloodline, so this has to die. Wish fulfillment. And what is this wish fulfillment? Nine of coins reversed. This made you, whatever the situation is, always made you feel with your head held down. You looked to the ground. You couldn't be proud of anything that you have done ever in your life when you are the kind of person who is gold inside, talented. You're the best of the best. You couldn't see yourself as such ever because of something in the family. You couldn't see the truth about yourself. Judgment Day. For you personally, this is Judgment Day. Maybe this is a bit painful, but not unexpected. In your heart of hearts, you always knew the truth, so to speak. But this is where it truly ends. Pluto, the Judgment card, so to speak, rapture, that you're revealed. The mirror is holding the mirror to who it is that you are when you should be this. And it's telling you why you don't feel like that. Because the universe told you, I find you valuable, I like you, I'm your biggest fan, I support you, you're more than okay, be who you are, whatever. But you just couldn't, you couldn't. And this is, and you always ask, why can't I? Because I know the truth of it, I understand it, I know the necessity, I know that my life won't change unless I start to change how I feel about myself, but this is why. This is why. That ancient blockage in the family, it weighed you down. It was almost alive, it chased you. It almost got into your nervous system like something you couldn't forget, you couldn't not become unaware of. It ends. This is where you have to rejudge your life, you have to rejudge yourself. Start speaking differently about yourself. Put things on past tense, and the future you, including the present you, is already the Nine of Coins reversed. This happened so that you can put something in the past tense when you tell anyone. This is where you have the universe through this eclipse had to convince your mind that something is truly over, and do expect different for real this time. Expect different things. A different reality, different events, different luck, different friends, different success rate. Yeah, this is the only way you could have a future, because if none of this would have happened in your life, your future could have not go on with that heavy stuff. So this is where you're actually saved. So the universe just any advice, yeah. The moon and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So the soul work is done. There's nothing more you could do. You can change the situation. The ball is not in your... The work is done. Your soul is free. This old work dies. Whatever this is. Even if you have a company. It has by... This is the past. All that has the energy of the past in your life will die. Or be consumed or be replaced. Let's say if you have money from the past, you will have to use it up for yourself, even if it's on foolish pleasures, or give it away, but that money has to be consumed totally, and more will come. So your soul is free, and the first thing that your soul will do, get rid of all the old work. No, that whatever you have built was fine, that had a great meaning and sense then, but in the new you, expect totally different. This isn't like giving up your life path, career, or that kind of radical change. The way you live, the way you execute it, the way you see yourself, that will be that very much different. It's not necessarily, that end of the career. It's the way you live it is different. The time you invest, energy, rewards, everything like that is different. Or if it's spiritual work, then expect the good, the better side of the spirit, not necessarily just the purgatory pain. So thank you everyone, pile 1, deck 1, and I do hope that this helped you and you found it useful. So until next time, thank you very much again. So hello everyone who has chosen the second pile. So just as for the first one, let's ask what the eclipse has done or is doing or is going to be doing imminently in your life. Maybe a bit of clarity and guidance. Ooh. Just a moment. I lost the card. Oh, here it is. The Ten of Cups and the High Priestess. Wow. There's some strong energy for this deck, I can tell you that. Seven of Wands reversed. And Eight of Swords. Ten of Coins. And let's just one more, just one more. No, this won't do. The Hangman reversed. Well, what this says to me is that this was a massive karmic completion. Just like, for example, for the previous group, the previous deck, it was also like karma completing itself, but in a totally different way. For you guys, it is they had the Nine of Cups, guys have the Ten of Cups. So this is more like a stage where you also reach emotional and spiritual maturity. A cycle in your life completes, and this is where you harvest a lot of wisdom, you harvest a lot of knowledge, you harvest a lot of inner strength. And especially if you're a female listening to this, that strength which you harvest turns into healing your femininity, making you trust yourself, your instincts, and the goddess inside of you that much more, showing you how truly connected you are, and if you're a mom, that you're a brilliant mom. And the Seven of Wands reversed, in order for you to get here, whatever this completion is, it was so hard. It was like maybe 7 years of challenges, 7 years of toughness, of in every area of life you had a lot of battles. You had to hold your courage, your valor up to the maximum, because otherwise life would have defeated you. This is where you had to go to challenges and toughness without being able to ask for help from anyone. And because this also had a massive spiritual side to this, you had to make sure that you do it with maximum purity and honor. That's why it was so hard. But after this, it's reversed. You get the respite. And the Eight of Swords. Usually it's a negative card, because it means when you're blocked, when you're blind, when you don't know how to untangle yourself from all the problems, and overthinking and worry and thinking about other people's situation. But very rarely it means that something is like tingling your spider web. Your spider web is your opportunity sensing a mechanism, if that makes sense. Just like a spider catches her prey in the web, even us energetically have a spider web of awareness, of part of our consciousness attracting certain opportunities, where the opportunity is the prey. So this is where maybe you're blocked right now a bit. You feel a bit blocked and not so many options, or way too many options, or not knowing what to do exactly, because your spider sense is tingling. And this Ten of Coins. This is where you also have to complete something materially, an investment, or getting rid of a debt, or contributing greatly towards the stability of your life. Or professionally speaking, this can be editing your publishing your book, or something that you already make permanent part of your life professionally, as in I accomplished this period. And if it's a book, like there's your name attached to it. And the Hangman reverse, this period is very strange for you, because it's almost like when the butterfly is half body in the cocoon and half body out. You need to get used to a different kind of vibe, if you know what I mean. You're in a different stage in your life already, where optimism and hopefulness and believing in yourself just a tiny bit stronger than usually is highly encouraged. Yet something inside of you holds you back, because it's afraid. Because the high as you go, the low the fall is. And it's wise to have a certain kind of, not fear necessarily, but a shy approach to all of this, if you know what I mean. As in, is the hurricane of my life truly over? Is this where the clear sky is gonna stay clear for a whole year, or just 2 hours? This is what you're afraid of. Is this truly clear sky and the universe truly helping you? Or is this just a moment of respite where the storm resumes? Two of Wands, you're ready to make choices, you have clarity, you're ready to start something new, working on something new, maybe a new partnership, professionally or in any other area of your life. Or maybe you're called to get involved in a bigger project. That's also one of the expression of the Ten of Coins. And the Ten of Wands reversed. That is such a good sign, the Ten of Wands reversed, because it means, how does life feel without a strong karmic energy weighing you down? Like a heavy, invisible rock on your being. Because this is how it feels like. Even when you're confused, even when you're blocked, it's still different. There is this sense that that you can manage, that you can cope, that there is a tomorrow, where maybe 10 months ago this was the opposite. But you have this shyness to yourself. You cannot believe. It's almost like a part of your being is that, yeah, Five of Cups. You're fearing disappointment. You fear disappointment almost chronically, if that even makes sense, as in it's like a deep unconscious fear that this will lead to disappointment. This is where you're afraid to give yourself over to the power of hope. Would you give yourself over to the power of hope? This time, for the first time in your life, it would not disappoint you. Six of Cups reversed. It's not the way it used to be when you were young or a child. This time the magic will work. But you're afraid, genuinely afraid. As in, no one's blaming you, that but it's gonna work. Because you've already done enough. So this is basically the guidance for you guys. For you guys, the eclipse is almost like twisting the image, the understanding you have about yourself, because it's changing the way you feel about the past. The heaviness is gone, the burden, the toxin is gone. This is a powerful healing journey for you guys. So thank you so much for listening. So everyone who has chosen the third pile, let's see the post-eclipse message or guidance for you guys. The past two piles had some very strong energies to them. So I do believe that this eclipse was a very rare occasion when stuff actually happened for a lot of people. That's rare when, heavy stuff happens to almost everyone. So the Seven of Wands reversed. The World reversed. Six of Cups reversed. Magician, Death. Wow. Talk about strong energies. Okay, so the Six of Swords reversed and the Five of Wands, no, the Six of upright position and the Five of Wands reversed. Well, this is very unusual because this does reflect a big thing. the Seven of Wands reversed, and the World reversed, and the Six of Cups reversed. Now, this means that the battle is over. There was no victor in that battle that you have won, and perhaps for some listeners, this is as big as everything that happened in your life previous to this eclipse. So, this is a major completion, but this is where you haven't stepped into the future either. So, you might be feeling like lost in the void, lost in time, no past, but no future. And what is the present anyway? Maybe for you guys, this is like almost like a unusual transcendent state where you just look at life and see that everything in it is more like an illusion. Or why was this journey necessary like this? You're simply caught up in, you're almost like fascinated by, you cannot believe what you're experiencing. See, the Magician, you had a big termination of something. Either someone lost a person, a job, a situation, the unthinkable happened, that which you thought was never gonna end ended, and after ending, you don't even know how you feel about it. You're just a little bit shocked, but the Magician, somehow this leads you to where all of your journey was guiding you. This is big, big, big thing for you. Away from the battle, away from this, whatever you fought for, away from that. This is where you leave everything behind, see? This is Charon, Pluto. Charon. Charon is Pluto's moon in astronomy, and in mythology, the one who guides souls across the Styx. So the gondolier, if that is what they use the gondola, I don't know precisely, but you get where I'm going. And you had to pay him a couple of gold coins, alchemical coins, so worth of your soul, to travel safely across the river of the dead to the other side. And when someone goes, well, they go. You leave a dimension almost behind. You leave everything, even that which you were behind. This is like a powerful rebirth for you. Oh, yes. Yeah, the high priest. This is where it's just you and your faith and the universe, the divine, whatever it is, and no one else. This is where it's just you and the adventure. This is where you're called to live your faith. Total immersion. At one point in your life, maybe not so long ago, you wished for this total immersion. And it happened. Some change already happened for you guys. The future. You're doing this for your future again. Leaving behind the Eight of Cups reversed, but even in reversed is even worse, because it was that which you could not leave behind until now. You had to liberty to leave it behind. Marriage situation, past trauma, past self, past work, whatever was really testing you, trialing you, whatever made you feel totally incomplete in your life, whatever made you feel like not of this world, either poverty, not of this world, or discriminated, or in a literal sense, so not spiritual, as in a being that should not be in human form but still is. So whatever it is that you are, not from this world, and you're here amongst us, well, that feeling, that phase when it's rubbed in your wounds as a salt, that's over, because you're not alone anymore. The future, that which you could not run away from ever, was terminated, died. This is where life asks you, okay, sweetie, but what do you want now? What do you want to build? Tell daddy, and we'll do it together. Just leave this, let this die. So, this is where you get your future. This is where, like the ugly duckling, the epiphany for you is that you're not a duck, you're a swan. You see? You're gonna be okay. So this is something big for you, a big realization of your faith and fate and everything. And this dies. All of the past, all of the I should not be saying this, but maybe the human version dies, and that which you truly are and were always in your heart of hearts lives now. Human dies and you live. So this is what the cards have to say. Of course, when I say die, not literally, let's not give Mercury retrograde food here. Not literally. No literal death here. No, just so that we understand each other. So thank you everyone for listening. If you'd like to support me, you can donate in the PayPal link in the description below. Thank you everyone for all the love and support, and I'm so sorry for comments that I couldn't reply or emails that I couldn't answer back, but this is so busy for me, and the love is too much as well. So thank you everyone for your understanding, and I do hope that you enjoyed this pick a card.